James and the Giant Peach. Once there was a boy named James. He loved to laugh and to play with his friends, but most of all he loved his mom and dad. They were wonderful parents. Unfortunately, one day his parents went to the city and were killed by a rhinoceros. After his parents died, James had to go live with his wicked aunts who lived on a tall hill. They never fed him and made him do all the chores. Worst of all, they called him nasty names and never let him play with other children. This made James very sad. One day, while doing chores for his aunts, a strange man came up to James and gave him magical seeds that looked like shiny crystals. He told James that these seeds would fulfill his dreams. James was so excited about the magical seeds that he tripped and dropped them all while running back to the house. When the seeds fell on the ground, they immediately sank into the earth, and James lost them all. James went to bed that night feeling very sad and hopeless. The morning when James the next the morning when James woke up, there was a huge peach the size of a car, and it was still growing. People got word of the enormous peach and started showing up at the bottom of the hill. The ants started charging people to see the peach. Although there were kids from all around, the ants still didn't let James play with them. Later that night, the ants sent James to pick up the trash all the people left. While picking up the trash, James saw a hole in the peach. He felt a strange pull towards it and decided to crawl inside. James crawled and crawled until he came to the center of the peach. Inside, he saw ginormous insects. He saw a centipede, an earthworm, an old grasshopper, a ladybug, a spider, a glowworm, a silkworm. James was terrified of the insects at first, but they ended up being very friendly. They explained that they were so big because of the magical seeds. Suddenly James was very tired, and Miss Spider made him a soft bed of silk. The next morning, Mr. Grasshopper cut the peach from the tree. Since it was on top of the hill, the peach rolled all the way into the Pacific Ocean and killed the ants while rolling down. When the peach landed in the ocean, sharks were so hungry that they tried eating the peach. James, with the help of the silkworm and Miss Spider, caught seagulls with silk rope and tied them to the stem of the peach. James caught so many seagulls that the peach started to fly in the air. The peach and everyone in it floated for days and days. Whenever they were hungry, they ate some of the peach. James finally started to feel like he had a family again. One night, while sitting on top of the peach, James and his friends saw men made of clouds lowering a rainbow. James and his friends had been floating for so long that they saw a huge city below them. All of a sudden, a plane flew above the peach and accidentally cut the rope holding all the birds. The peach and everyone in it started falling and falling. James thought he was done for, but the peach landed safely on the point of the Empire State Building. Helicopters helped him and his friends down from the building. James and his friends all found wonderful jobs, and New York City welcomed them. James built a house out of the peach pit in Central Park and lived there happily for the rest of his days.